Hello, welcome to Crafting Kitty. My name is Erin. It is Saturday, which means it is time for my weekly roundup. Yeah! So my weekly roundup is the day I talk about my week in crafting. We talk about my whips, works in progress, and any FOs I have on the week, finished objects. I do have finished objects to show, but I finished them last week, so I don't think I finished anything this week. Nope, I didn't. And that's okay. Sometimes it rolls like that, especially when you have a whip explosion, which I have been having. So, what are we going to talk about? First, we are going to do day 4 of our Something Dark and Grim Halloween countdown from Yarnaceous Fibers. On Friday, I listened back, and it sounded like I said Yarnation. It's Yarnaceous Fibers. This is her 31-day countdown. Let's see what day 4 has in store. Oh, that's pretty. This is kind of a rustier, a dusty rusty. Let's see what color it's called. Sleeping Beauty Waking Dawn. Very cool. Maybe this is a bit coppery. It's giving slightly Life of the Showgirl. I have not yet heard Life of the Showgirl because I ordered my copy, my pre-order from Miss Swift's website, and it has not yet arrived. To be honest, a little disappointed. But that's okay. It's because I'm old and grumpy. There you go. So that's fun. I'm going to add that to the box with the other ones. I'm really loving the palette so far. I see how they'd work together. And I'm excited to see what's to come. Love it. Let me grab... Ow! Poked myself on a book. Let me grab the... What are you caught on? Okay, the sock blockers here are they're even too big for the largest sock blocker I have. But here are, it's stuck. Okay, we're gonna just do it like this. Brian's socks. He, for heels and toes, picked the color that Bingo chose for her and I. So there we go. I will say Chomps' feelings were a little hurt. But Chomps picked bright red, and Brian said he thought the bright red would be too high, I'm holding it up here like you can see it, too high contrast for him, and he wanted something a little more muted. So he went with sparkles, because why not? Bingo and I, on our socks, are going to use Chomps's as heel-toe cuff. So his yarn will appear elsewhere, and that did excite him. So there we go. What do I have in store? Okay, talking of Christmas socks, I've just shown the one. The Christmas socks are now inside the house because this book is good. I enjoy this book. I do have a qualm with the chart for this pair of socks. I'm using Socktopus. The sock I'm making for Bingo is, I think it's Kandahar. Yep, Kandahar. Let's show Kandahar. I'm not sure how well that's going to show up. I did see I think that might be the author modeling them. I'm not sure. And I feel like there was a picture of it somewhere in a solid color. Nope, there was not. I'm making that up. So my qualm with the chart. For the leg chart and, frankly, the heel setup chart. But I think I read in the poem you only use that for the medium size. And then for the instep chart, normally when I read a chart, it starts from 1 and you go across. In this one, the center is the start of round is in the middle of the chart marked by a blue line. that is so annoying, and I think one of the reasons why I couldn't handle this like in the car or at the dance studio, because I had to be like, okay, there's the blue line, and you have to like track it. It's very hard to track. I don't like that. Just a little, it's personal preference. I'm sure some people might like it. I am not one of those people. I've checked other charts, and this one does not have a written description. You have to use the charts. Other ones I saw have written descriptions and charts, so that's less problematic, I think. So in that case, I think I could just use the written description. Anyway, here is Bingo's Kandahar sock. The start of round is the umbrella. The mid round is the coffee cup. And I have done the cuff and the first set of repeats, the first run of the chart. I think I will do 2 runs of the chart. I'm halfway through the second run. 2 runs of the chart, and then we will move on to the heel flap. But here you go. The pattern does not tell you, well, that's bad. It's got all the yarn tails. The pattern does not tell you to use a different color for cuff, heel, and toes, but I'm doing it anyway. So this is one of those where in person I can see the detailing, and I think it looks really cool. You can't see the laciness. There's a slight laciness to it because there are some yarn overs and whatnot. I think once I finish it and get it on the sock blocker, you will see it better. But she loves it. It's very nice and sparkly. I am using West Yorkshire Spinners Signature Sparkle 4-ply, which Bingo picked out at the LYS. I know Shannon mentioned she's used this yarn. Colorway is Fairy Lights. I think it is very Christmas with the green, red, pink, and blue. The green looks like the Christmas tree. The colors kind of look like they're Christmas lights to me. I'm finding it enjoyable to work with. The red Chomps picked out, I don't remember the colorway name, but it's a vibrant bright red. I know this is Leading Men Yarns. I know that was the dyer. So there you go. The book Socktopus is by Alice Yu. Alice Y-U. Alice A-L-I-C-E. What is up next? I'm still working on my The Office Vest by Lisa Knits. This was a paid pattern off of Ravelry. This is for my husband Brian using the jelly bean yarn from her, not from Hirschner's. This is from Joanne. So here we go. It's a fun kind of light cabling pattern. He doesn't ask for items. So when he asked for a cabled vest, I said, of course! And I had a different one picked out. And then I realized, no, Erin, that's for women. It's got shaping and bust darts. So then I found this one. I will make the other one for myself. There you go. And then, oh, the colorway I'm using is, I think, Rock Candy. Big Twist Jelly Bean. Yep, Rock Candy. I told you about the yarns in the socks. Brian's Christmas sock, the main color was, it's Emma's socks. No, Emma's, oh, Emma something was the dyer. I had to go searching because I was this short of running out. Emma what? I don't remember. Okay, never mind. If I find it, we'll talk about it. Okay, and now I have had a little bit more of a whip explosion. I did have bags, so I'm going to take the time to put these in bags. If you watch Laura at Mad Mimi's Crochet and Farming, she is starting a What's in a Name Cal, where you look and you find a pattern that features your name. My name is not Krafting Kitty, it is Erin, of course. So I did have a bit of a problem on Ravelry where I was pulling up, if you search patterns, it also searches the designer's name. So I was getting a lot where the designer was Erin as well. But I did find Erin's Simple Crocheted Necktie, which was designed by Erin Dubois. And it is as stated. It is a crochet necktie. Brian is going to be so lucky. He's a lucky, lucky man. The pattern tells you to use a G hook, which is a 4mm. I am for a worsted weight yarn. That was too tight. I didn't like it. So I went up to a 4.5. And as I said, he is a lucky, lucky man. I had this random cake of Premier Fruit Sweet Roll. I thought, this is the use for it. It is guava. No, it is pink grapefruit. So, I'm hoping to finish this by December 8th. That is our anniversary. I think I shall. It's pretty quick. I didn't even show you where I was at. I've just made the point. What I'm trying to decide if it needs to be wider or not. What do you think? Should I go wider or not? I'm tempted to go wider, but if I actually hope for him to wear it, very slight chance. There's like no chance he would actually wear it to work. But I might stop there if I want it actually semi-wearable. So you might say, Erin, why are you wasting your time making a pink tie for your husband? When we were dating, so Brian's parents, well into adulthood, would come to visit their children and take them clothes shopping. And his dad was a jewelry designer. He was very into fashion. Appearance was very important to him. And he was also very philosophical at times, let's say. So they'd go, they'd have to try on all the clothes, and you know, as any parent does, his dad is there pushing his hand down the pants to check the waistband and all that stuff. Everything you expect them to do to a small child, they did to their adult children. I remember we were in Kohl's looking at shirts, and Ralph had Brian try on a pink shirt. And he said, well, I don't know if you have the character to pull off a pink shirt. Which of course set Brian off, and he is getting that darn pink shirt. But that has always been the joke. When I think Brian looks very good in purples. So I'll get him a lot of purple shirts. I don't think it's any big secret. A lot of wives deal with their husband's closets. He's a busy guy. He doesn't have time to go shopping all the time. But every once in a while, I'll get him like a pale red or a pink pinstripe or something. So the joke always comes up. I don't know if I've got the character to wear this. Do you think I have the character? And when I present it to him, I don't know if you have the character, but here you go. So a tie. It might be a waste of time. That yarn might have been to better use, but I think it will be a fun joke gift. I'm not doing it to be mean. I'm not wasting yarn. I think it will be an appreciated, fun, funny thing. Okay, so the next project that doesn't have a home yet is for my Krafting Kitty Creator Spotlight. We are doing the turtle trunk, and Deb had asked on a video what I was making. I have made turtle trunk hats before, and I quite enjoyed it. And I know she has a lot of small projects, and I've been wanting to add small projects to my whip pool, so I have the gratification of finishing something, because so many of my projects are large right now. So I went looking, and I was immediately attracted to the bonfire headband. She has a series called the bonfire group. I think there's a bonfire blanket. There's a hat and the ear warmers headband. I don't know. So it's a multicolored project, but she suggests you could try to do it in a single color. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I have my 5mm dots as suggested by the tutorial, and I am on round 3. So there you go. I have begun my bonfire headband for the Krafting Kitty Creator Spotlight Turtle Trunk. I'm using Scarfy Light. Again, I had just one skein of this, and the tutorial asks for a 4-weight yarn. And for some reason, when I saw that pattern, I thought it could look cozy and fun in a fluffy yarn. So I immediately went for this one. This is called Foliage. So this is a one-off that was just stuck on my shelf, but I am almost certain I have more of it somewhere. But I also kind of just wanted to use that. So here we go. There we go. In my tote bag. Now has a project bag. Alright, the next project, I've only got 2 more projects to share with you. I did start my Tin Can Knits Barley, DK Barley hat. I'm only on round 2 of the brim. You can see I got distracted by the other 2 projects. But it has started. I am using, I don't even think I've got the label stuck in the middle of this cake. Oh, I know why I didn't, because I have a full hank of it on the wall, so I just kept that full hank. This is called Precious Scarlet from Pawpaw Yarns. So there you go, but I'm only on round 2. I will finish that as well. I'll finish all of these. I have faith. Final project. I also have another project, but you'll see that tomorrow, and you'll see why that took up a lot of my time this week. But I also have been working on Bingo's C2C Rave blanket. I started with Unicorn. There's a full cake of Unicorn. Then I went to Icy Blue. Then there's 2 cakes here of Cyan Crush. And then Super Beach. And now I'm on Electric Citrus. And it will be Electric Citrus to the end. And the end is getting closer and closer. There you go. It's fun. This is using, like I said, Big Twist Rave, which, if you saw, that wasn't Wednesday. That was last week, wasn't it? I don't remember. I had an opening. Hirschner's is carrying some new colors of Rave and new colors of Big Twist Living. So, the yarn is still in production, or has recommenced production. I don't know what you want to call it. But there is a chance. There is a chance, and I am very excited. Those 2 particular yarns have seen a resurgence. I have not seen anyone carrying Party. I've heard no whispers of Party, but please, Hirschner's Big Twist Party. Take a drink of my Gatorade. Orange is not my favorite flavor, but sometimes you need to change it up. Okay, so that is all of the crafting I have for today. Like I said, I am hoping to start a new segment tomorrow, so Sunday. Give you a little hint as to what I was also doing over the week. I set my books aside, but they never made it to the room. So there you go. That's all my crafting. I'll share hopefully the sewing with you tomorrow. I would love to hear what you're working on. Have you also had a whip explosion? Has the change in seasons ignited your creativity and it had to come out? That's what I'm going with. I don't care. Yeah, but like seriously, I do. I am so inspired by hearing what you guys are working on as well. and it only adds to my ever-expanding list of want-to-make items. I know a number of you have already finished your fiber spider shawls and are curious as to what the next one I'm going to pick is. I haven't decided, but if you are doing the fiber spider, he has both knit and crochet shawls. I'm interested in doing both, but for those of you wanting to come along, are you knitters also? Are you just crocheters? Where does the split lie? Because if people are excited and want to do that, but you only crochet, I am okay with focusing on crochet ones for at least the foreseeable future, because he has so many. We will not get bored. Let's be honest. So input there would be greatly appreciated. Oh, Patricia, this is Patricia's fault. She messaged me about the bat woobles, and I went and I got one. So I do have a bat woobles kit, Luna the Bat. I've had this actually for a couple weeks now. When she put her video out, I had also got one at that time. That's when she messaged me. I have not used it yet. It will be part of my kit series, but there you go. That is all on Patricia. I was not going to get woobles. I feel they're too expensive. I'm sorry. They are highly priced. What excited me about that was I wanted the special hook. And I know a lot of you are curious, and I know other people have reviewed the Woobles kits, but everyone has a different take. So I will go through and kind of review and do that as part of my Kits with Kitty series that will be starting next week, because I think next week is when the Universe in Bloom starts. Exciting, exciting! Are you doing Universe in Bloom? I know I was a naughty, naughty influencer enabler, and a couple of you have purchased it after seeing me show off my kit. I'm not sorry. We all have free will. We make our own decisions. But I'm really excited to do this, and I am so glad others are excited to do this, and hopefully we can lift each other up and get everyone through the blanket together. If Sophie was any... Sophie, I struggled there for a while with her, but I did it, and that tells me I can do it again. If I did it once, I can do it again. Okay. So that is all of the crafty updates I have. If you're only interested in the craftiness and don't want to hear books and television, I'm so glad to have chatted with you. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you later. If you want to hear books, I am still reading The Innkeeper's Song by Peter S. Beagle. He is the author of The Last Unicorn. I'm enjoying this book. Each chapter is from a different point of view. The chapter names are merely the characters' names of whose POV it is. There's a bit of a mystery. Apparently, I don't know how much I want to give away, but there's a lot of mysteries going on right now. Someone is in danger. Someone is being hunted. What is bringing everyone to this small tavern in what seems to be the middle of nowhere on the outskirts of a barren area? I don't know. Why did the lady come back to life? I don't know. What's the wizard doing? I don't know. But it's written very well. I'm enjoying it. And yeah, I don't know how much to tell that isn't plot-based, though. So, not every book has to have some sort of overarching theme or moral or something like that. I think we're gonna get to one eventually. It will become clear. I know a lot of his works center on the idea of hope and loss. I guess those are ideas and not one single idea. So I'm guessing that's gonna come into play here a little bit, and I will be very, very interested to see where this book goes. If you are looking for an inspirational page to follow on Facebook, I would follow him, because he puts out the most wonderful daily inspirational quotes, and It's a little bit of sunshine every day to see his post come through. It is mostly from The Last Unicorn, I will be honest. If you're not familiar with The Last Unicorn, it might not mean much to you. That was, like I said, one of the big books of my child. It wasn't a book. I didn't know it was a book until the Innkeeper's Song was recommended to me on Goodreads. But yeah, the movie was very influential to me in my childhood. I remember Mia Farrow is one of the main characters and voices, and the music was done by Toto. Wait, no, the music was by Africa, and I'm saying Toto because of their song Africa, right? No, or was it America? I'm gonna have to look this up. Last Unicorn. I think it was America. America with the London Symphony. Okay, the rock band America. Yes. Oh. Mia Farrow and Jeff Bridges is one of the other major voices. I guess. Did Studio Ghibli do The Last Unicorn? No, they did not. No, I love Studio Ghibli, but why would anyone see the graphics there? Anyway. We're moving away from The Last Unicorn. I love that movie. The Red Bull scared the dickens out of me when I was a child. Television. What am I watching on television? I am utterly obsessed with Only Murders in the Building. I was worried that it was going to be a bit, I'm going to say pretentious, but no, I think it's good. I think it's cute. I think it's very funny. To me, sometimes movies or shows that are so like, we're the in crowd of New York, it's all New York, can feel a little pretentious, and it does not. It did not feel like that to me at all. I am fans of Martin Short and Steve Martin, so that was good. I think their chemistry interaction with Selena Gomez is fantastic. I like how they play off of each other. And I loved the first season. I was not super in love with the second season. The third season I thought was fantastic. Drew me back in. Meryl Streep was phenomenal, and I thought Paul Rudd was perfect. I'm now on the fourth season, and poor Pataki. Poor Saz Pataki. I hope that doesn't give anything away. But I'm enjoying it. Eugene Levy added to the cast is perfect. He's not one of the main cast people, but I like the way he and Steve Martin interact. I think they are good. I mean, they're both solid, good, experienced actors, and they know how to do their craft, and they have the comedy improv background, and I think they work very well together. It was a joy to watch. I think I'm roughly halfway through the fourth season, and I believe there's a fifth season, so excuse me, this next week I should finish Only Murders in the Building. And when I do that, I've had a number of suggestions on things to watch. And I'm going to get to those. However, I'm going to begin a rewatch of Stranger Things. I watched it for the first time after seeing Miss Heather's obsession with it. I figured I better do it when I got the chance, and I am so glad I did. Thank you, Heather, for... She didn't encourage me. She didn't push me. I think it's pretty clear we talk outside of YouTube, we message. But no, there was no, you need to do this, Erin. It was me just seeing her enjoyment and excitement. And I had wanted to watch it, and I thought, well, if Heather loves it so much, I am finally going to give it a go. And I'm glad I did. It is fun. It's not fun. It's gross sometimes. And, okay, so I have a theory, and I've not seen this theory anywhere else, so I'm going to put it out there into the universe. In all of the trailers for the newest season, you see Steve and Dustin in a tearful, Dustin is really losing it embrace. And everyone's saying it's because, like, Steve is going to go off to sacrifice himself for everyone. I don't think so. I think the actress who plays Dustin's mom is not coming back for the final season. I think that tearful embrace is because Dustin's mom dies off camera and Steve is comforting Dustin over the loss of his mother. That is what I'm putting it out there. I don't know if no one knows what's true, but that is my theory right now. I will riot if they kill Steve. I'm definitely one of the people that greatly disliked Steve in season 1, but have now come to love him, and he and Dustin, I think, are my favorite. Although Eddie, I really loved Eddie, but he was really only in season 4. But yeah, Eddie was a fantastic character, but Steve and Dustin have stolen my heart, and don't take Steve. But I feel like maybe Steve making the ultimate sacrifice is the final evolution of his character, and the final, you know, he went from such a jockey jerk in season 1 to a savior at the end. So protective of the kids. I love all of the memes and things that are like calling Steve a mom, and I keep sending together the reels that are like, it's got the Reba McEntire song. Is it McEntire? I'm not a fan of country music. I am so sorry. I don't listen to a lot of, but it's Reba and the work 2 jobs. She's a single mom will work 2 jobs. They've got that music going over like a montage of Steve. Oh, it makes me giggle. Oh. Anyway, so that is my plan, to finish Only Murders in the Building, move on to a Stranger Things rewatch to prepare myself for season 5, the final season. From everything I've seen, the actors themselves are saying it's a tearjerker. So, I don't know. I gotta believe David Harbour, though. Gotta believe him. I don't think he would say that if it wasn't true. He was like, we were in the table read and everyone's crying. Fun times, fun times. But I am a little concerned with how the children have aged. It has taken a long time to produce these shows. But anyway, I think I should stop blibber blabbering. I know many of you say, continue the blabber. You find it enjoyable. I am glad you do. Thank you so much for indulging me and listening to the end. Although I certainly do not fault any person or persons who say, no thank you, and turn me off. That is totally your right as a connoisseur, as a consumer of media. I love you all. I'm going to talk to you later. Bye-bye.